Hey everybody, Radamon here, recording episode 9 of my Desert Survival. So in this episode, I am going to attempt to get as much of the farm completed as possible. That is the goal. I'd also like to sort of shore up my power generation, so I'm going to think about maybe adding some geothermal, running a cable down, something like that. Those are the plans. So I'm going to speed time up a little bit. So the way it's looking, it looks like I should get a multi-analyzer, not micro-analyzer, multi-analyzer going, so that I might research a little bit faster and yeah. So I'll do that first. It does mean I have to move some things around. The multi-analyzer is probably going to be here, so gotta uninstall that. But I figure that's probably a pretty wise thing to do. I definitely want to start working on ship tech. I have a lot of resources. Need to put it to good use. So, I had an awful table? I must have installed the wrong thing. Alright, so what I was thinking was, we'll put the multi-analyzer here. I'll repurpose or move one of the statues and change the bed position. I don't know. I'll have to move things around. Well, that's a pretty terrible table I'm stuck with, so maybe I'll work on that as well. Alright, let's do a little bit of this. So there's that. There's that. Marble stool's fine. This thing's awful. Let's break this down. Work on the multi-analyzer. I didn't realize this table was such junk. I would have rebuilt it long ago. So let's get some marble blocks going. Make until I have 10. Alright, so there's the multi-analyzer. And I think I still have some fabrics out here. No, maybe oh no, I still do have some monkey hide out there that I need to pick up. I'll do an inventory of what clothing I have. Alright, so the multi-analyzer is all set. Let's cut a little bit of stone. Everybody likes that. Oh, that's not even the stone I wanted. But I'll take granite. Let's try that again. There we go. Getting some marble. Okie doke. Just gonna put that down. Let's say marble blocks. Deconstruct this last one. I do want to kill this boom rat because it's doing me no good. I'm feeding it right now, so let's do that right now. Give our heroes a chance for a little bit more training. Okay, if you're going to insist on eating, I insist you eat at a proper table. So hopefully this won't be a terrible one. Superior, haha! Radamon says so successfully. Alright. Oh, let's install that. And now we have a place to eat, which gives me... which poisons me. Wonderful. Well, you can't win them all, friends. You can't win them all. So we've got the multi-analyzer going. That's going to be really helpful. I think I'm going to get deep drilling and ground penetrating radar or scanning going first. Maybe even component assembly for all of that. Because I think we are going to be short on components soon. There's not a lot of compacted machinery left on the map. There is steel. I can mine for steel. But I'm going to need some component assembly. So I guess I'll do that next. Now I believe, yeah, I'm working on release. I bet Silver wants his own bedroom. I think. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna slightly change up the plans here. Doesn't look like much of a difference, but it will be. So these don't even need to be auto doors because they don't open very often. It's not often I'm gonna have to get in there. Yeah, there we go. And that gives me a bedroom. Smaller than I wanted, actually. Let's do 5x5s. See, I'm trying to decide, do I want a decent bedroom or something? Because, I mean, ultimately the problem is, like, the larger it is, the harder it is to cool. The smaller it is, the easier it is to cool. I gotta kind of decide how important it is to have space versus air conditioning. So, I think this is a pretty good trade-off here. Do something like that. Do something like that and call it good. Doing some cloud washing. You can't decide what kind of joy you want. You're just wandering back and forth. No, I will not be feeding the rat. Sounds pointless to me. Alright, let's move this down there. Stockpiling all the art in one corner. All some of these potatoes away. Stack them up. There we go. And get building. What are we building? This little wall piece? Alright. I guess. Guess that's all it needs. Alright, so next up, we want to slowly expand these walls here. It's strange what I've prioritized here, but bear with me. Good old Bumba and Silver. Oh, Valentina. Let's have you sleep inside. At this point, I can probably get away with making a few more meals, only because we've got 2 mouths to feed, but I'll stick with the 1 meal. I'm going to haul some of that leather, so eventually I want to start making clothing. You know, the more covered I am, the more protected I am. That can count for a lot. Get shot in the chest and you're naked, you're likely to die. If you're not naked, you have a pretty good chance of survival, as long as you got some armor on you. And what I think I'm going to do here is force these guys to sleep sort of a nocturnal schedule, so that they sleep through the hottest part of the day. Not that it really matters so much. Oh, Valentina is unconscious. Glad I noticed that. I thought she was still just asleep. Alright, we don't need any of those blocks. Forget that. Now. I'm trying to think, is there anything more than I need silver to work on? I don't think there is. Come on, Valentina, stop. Stop running from Vamba. He's food poisoned and can't catch up with you. And we failed anyway. I don't need that yet. Alright, we're up. And I got food poisoning, so everyone has food poisoning. Hurrah. Because I'm so well protected from the heat, I'm not going to worry that much about it. So we have an impressive barrack, which means impressive dining room and rec room. Or somewhat impressive now that it got a little filthy. We're on the right track. Alright, so we have some blocks that we can place. Oh, puking on the... Oh, no, don't do that. Puking directly on the meals. Pawns are being very disagreeable here. Alright. And we are failing at everything. And puking everywhere. It's what I like. Alright, let's clean. Oh, okay, you're just vomiting constantly. This is a bad case of food poisoning. I should probably not be, Oh, there we go, it's over. Alright, I'm gonna make the bedroom first, just so that I'm no longer sharing barracks. I think that will help. And we're just coming about up on nap time, bedtime for everyone. And if we can try to get to sleep at the same time, it advances time a little bit faster during the sleep hours, which is nice. So let's look at gear. I need here, maybe pants sometime soon. What do you need? You need a shirt. So we'll make a set of each. T-shirt and pants. Don't care what material, because we don't have enough thrumbo fur. Or, I guess we have enough mega sloth wool, so I'm going to disallow it. But we don't have enough thrumbo fur to make anything. I'll just disallow the more important fabrics, I guess. Just in case. Alright, let's get tailoring. So we got monkey hide. Thought we had caribou leather or something. Something else came down. I guess it's just monkey hide. And got a good t-shirt. And before we start this, let's get the last of the hide. Before I forget or neglect it. So I believe Bomba here needed the shirt. We'll pop that on. That shirt is better than 4.5. 5. Bomba's shirt is better than Silver's shirt, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's not enough to make that much of a difference if I get shot in the chest. 0.5 protection difference. And that's just for blunt, you know, and sharp. Bulk goods trader, I like the sound of that. Alright, let's get this fired up. Because soon it will be bedtime. Alright, so what can we do? Dromedaries would be nice, only because we could caravan. But the thing is, I don't think we're going to be caravanning out of here anytime soon. Given the fact that it's hot, basically. We are coming low on components, so I could buy some of that. I'm going to sell the boomerang leather. Sell the cloth. So I can always grow more. Certainly sell some of the plasteel, but we don't really have need for silver at the moment, so I'm not going to do that. Sell the clothing that is tattered. The parka, certainly never going to need. Sell off the gold. Now, is there anything we need to buy? We could definitely buy some steel. That never hurts. Buy components. We could buy them out on components and then buy them out on steel. That's pretty expensive, but and then let's buy them out, or buy the remainder of our silver for meat, for training and the like, leaving us with nothing, you know, no silver left. You never know how. It's pretty infrequent, you know, when the these sort of trade opportunities come about, so you need to make the most of it when they're here. You know, and if I needed steel or meat or something later on, I'd kick myself for not trading it now. Alright, so one thing I'm going to do is work, handle, yes. Alright, so training is a higher priority than research, so... So another thing I'm going to do is... Yep, she's now prohibited from eating that meat, so it's going to be training uses only. Get some work done with that. And it is bedtime. And I don't know if that's really enough meat to get the... I mean, certainly that's probably not enough meat to get all the hauling done, because hauling's tough. So we just sold a bunch of stuff, dropped our value a lot, which is good. I don't like to be worth so much. It's dangerous in my eyes. Alright, let's make those pants. That's for silver. Got a whole lot of plasteel. Probably just want to put that towards some defenses and the ship. Alright, so good pants, better than my current pants. So what I'll do here is drop my current pants and encourage Silver to put on the new pants. Come on. Fine, I'll force you to put on the good pants. And all of this clothing tailoring is getting my crafting up, which is going to be helpful if I ever need to make armor and things like that. Being skilled at it is helpful. So let's lift the restrictions, the forced clothing restrictions. And build a little bit more. That's pretty much going to be the name of the game, is continual granite block crafting. I don't think I'm going to get away from that anytime soon. But we're almost at another sleep time. Gotta find the oldest potatoes. Here we are. So this room here is quite spacious, rich, very impressive. Has a lot going for it now, which is awesome. These statues help out a bit. Well, not that one. That one's shoddy. But they help a little bit in terms of quality. I said I wanted to get the farm done first, but with just the two of us, it's not critical that I have another farm, but I think it would be nice to have another bedroom. That's what I'm working on now. Have a whole heck of a lot of steel, though. I'm tempted to either mortar. I mean, I guess I can build a mortar if I ever need it, but deadfall trap with it. I suppose I'm not going to use the steel quite yet. We have a lot of turrets, which make for pretty good defenses, so I'll rely on our turrets for now. Trying to train Valentina, but chasing her around. Food poisoning plus bad back means that Bomba here is just about the slowest schmo on the planet, unless you're talking about intelligent, research and chem fuel. You probably can make some pretty good chem fuel too. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the amount of blocks I'll have for this. After I'm done with this. Oh, vomiting everywhere. Getting close to having the bedroom done. Then I'll have to floor it, I suppose. Guess I'll have to tile it. Don't want to use my wood wastefully. Okay, we got deep drilling. Now I need ground penetrating radar or scanner. You know, I think the ground penetrating scanner really should be offered first, because you can't really use deep drilling without it, that I've noticed. But whatever. Alright, I think it's sleep time, but ship chunks are always welcome. It's very hard in a barracks not to disturb your neighbors. August, so we're like midwinter, which is why it's, well, it's still pretty hot. Who am I kidding? Valentina passed out thanks to food poisoning. Silver saved her, no problem. No sweat. Alright, so we have a lot of components for now, because I bought 20, just got 9 more. Had some to begin with. The component assembly is still going to be nice, but, you know, it's good that we have a pretty large, sizable supply, just in case. Component assembly bench. So obviously I'm going to need to put this somewhere. This is pretty big. I eventually want like a crafting room that doesn't suck, because our current crafting room sucks. It's part of this whole farm thing. This is sort of a temporary idea there, and eventually I want to get away from that. You know, this can turn into just a farm with some research or something. Well, we'll see. It depends on how fast I want to push towards a ship or not, I guess. So 2 more nodes, 2 more rocks crafted up, and then I'll just have to make the air conditioner and the wooden door, and I'll be set. Be all set for a bedroom. Well, I should tile it, of course, but I'll be mostly all set. Floors, marble tile, need 100. So that's 5 more cuts of marble. Pause when satisfied. I like that. Unpause. Oh yeah, this is really nice. I just noticed that this exists. Unpause at 1. Alright, I'm going to cook up a few more meals just because with 2 mouths to feed, these meals go quick. They don't spoil as easily anymore. Sounds scary out there. A lot of dry thunder, but not a lot else. Not a lot of precipitation around here. Alright, this should be the last chunk I need to carve up for the bedroom. I do need to figure out how to run power to this, which will probably look something like that. Very nice. And we got a pirate merchant that I'm going to try to trade with before sleep time for everyone. Let's see. I can buy people. Annoying voice cannibal. Neurotic and volatile. No thank you. Alright, sell my Molotovs. A smoke pop belt that's superior. That sounds good, if I can afford it. Sell some of these weapons here. And that might be about it. I could sell my Deuteramine for a smoke pot belt. Yeah, why not? I don't think I'm going to be using the Deuteramine anytime soon, so let's check this thing out. That does not replace any of my current gear slots. That's cool. And what will happen is when I get shot at, it's a one-time use, single use, but it will just expel smoke everywhere so that they can't keep shooting at me. At least that's the idea. Okay, escape pod delivered to my front door. A pyromaniac. So you know what happens to pyromaniacs around here. Do you have gear? Nope, you don't have gear. You become food. Roboticist. Good crafting skill though. But I can't have you run around setting things on fire. That's just not the way this community works. Man, I'm still working on release. That is brutal. Come on, Mal. Just let the darkness overcome you. Alright, so we have pretty much the makings of a bedroom here, so might as well finish this up, right? Might as well. So I'm going to temporarily halt the granite so I can work on the marble. Wow, you're hanging in there pretty well. You will die in just minutes, though. Heat stroke will overtake you. Alright, so we got the cooler. And the door. Perfect. Now the bed. And Valentina. I might not be the one training it, but it is my dog, after all. Alright, so we'll get a... Let's see. I'm actually going to do more marble tile than that, because... I'm going to want some more freedom of movement here. So I was thinking of maybe putting... probably get rid of these. Move some of these auto doors. Something like this. Just because I'm moving around a lot. Might as well have marble tile where I need it. Item stash opportunity. Probably not. Alright, you got poisoned, and you're still not trained. Wasn't that swell? So then this door can go bye-bye. And become a granite wall. And that way I can defend more easily too as well. Alright, so this bedroom is cool enough with one. I think I'm gonna have slept in heat. Yeah. So in the future, I guess, not a 5x5. But whatever. It is what it is. It's an awful bedroom, though, for now. Man, this training is just not working out. We've done a lot of possible training here. A lot of attempts, and 20% chance each time, and just nothing. Whole lot of nothing. Alright, so the idea was to put some flooring into this. Like that. Kind of unnecessary, I'll be perfectly honest. But I want it, so it's going to get done. And I'm still working on the farm too. I'll just do the tile first. Do need to do some cooking though. Kind of fat fingering this a little bit, but you know, hey, could be worse. And we got another bedtime. So this is now a somewhat impressive bedroom. So if we look at Bomba's, Bomba probably has a lot. Oh no, you're not cabin fevered. I was expecting you to be cabin fevered. Yeah, I think we're doing right. I think this is probably the right call. Get your joy up. Alright, so the new soon due spoiled potatoes is this stack. So these tiles will help not track in so much sand and dirt once I'm done. Also allow me to move around more readily. It's a bit of effort, but it will pay off. It does put more value added into the base, but it seems like my wealth total keeps dropping, so I think it's because I'm trading, you know, the things I'm trading for are not lucrative. I keep having, you know, I keep trading good deals for them, bad deals for me, so I lose out some money, but I get things I need, not want. Works out for me, I think. Alright, so this will allow us to move around a bit faster and track in less sand and dirt. Of course, we have more stone cutting to do. And we're almost at nap time again. Love how there's just puke and blood everywhere. You know, the base kind of sometimes looks nice, and then sometimes you're just like, wow, it's covered in puke, blood, dirt, dust, sand, and muck. No proper plumbing either. Now, these batteries are getting gnarly low. Oh, it's because this thing is on. Jesus. Just noticed. Let's turn that off. I don't have the power grid for 2 grow lights, especially one that isn't doing anything yet. The other grow light there is just sitting there doing nothing, so forget that. Now the only problem sleeping at the time I am, now that I just thought of it, is it's hottest now, so I'm most likely to sleep in the heat, you know, at this hour. But it's what I'm doing, so whatever. Alright, our batteries are, because of the lack of wind, they're flirting with running out of juice, because I wasn't paying attention. I can't micro everything, I suppose. Valentina, stop walking away from Bamba. 21% chance. Constant failure. Level 12. Or, yeah, level 12 trainer. Jesus. Just can't get rescue trained. Alright, we're going to have to use battery backups here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to expand the power grid. I don't think it's that urgent. I think that other grow light really drained us while I was not paying attention. Because, yeah, we're already regaining power here. Slowly but surely. Construction hit 12. That's good. So, does this belt do anything else? Nope. There's nothing else protective-wise that that belt offers. It's just, it is what it is. It's how you see it. Wondering if it offered, you know, sharp protection or something like that. It's kind of like a Batman belt, right? Like you pull the cord and all of a sudden you have a smoke cloud. kind of what it reminds me of. Something that Batman would have on his belt. Alright, there we go. Now we have release. That only took about 8 attempts. Alright, rest time. Looks like I don't even take this route here most of the time. Well, whatever. I've built it. Whether I use it or not is up to our intrepid survivor here. Alright, not too much more marble to go before we're able to focus back on granite and get that farm expansion done. I feel secure enough that I'm going to flick off the backup battery, because our current batteries are about half, and not looking like they're depleting any. Alright, so let's get as much of this done as possible. That's the whole bedroom. That's going to be tiled. Trying to pull it out of the awful category. Alright, so decent. Moving one of the statues. And we're up to slightly impressive. I just went ahead and destroyed this statue because it was basically doing nothing. I'm going to reinstall this one in the corner. Alright, we've got a raid of mechanoids. They're spawning sort of close, and they're all scythers. Let's get into position. Oh, don't you... Oh, you suck. Breaking my... Oh, okay, you left it. And they're down. And I've had power shortages, so let's turn these off ASAP. There goes one. These are the ones that didn't have parts to remove. And we'll remove this part. And I think what I'll do is I'll just get one last plasteel here. Oh, failed catastrophically. I think I destroyed the blade. I did. So the AC is still functioning even though it got bashed by the scythers. But we have a heat wave in the last day of winter. Well, I can't shouldn't be that bad. It is 207 right now, so it's 97 Celsius and rising. Need to make sure that the corpses here don't. Yeah, that's the one worry. These corpses spoiling. They're refrigerated, but things are spoiling in there. And I don't think there's much I can do to help it. Alright, so we got our ground penetrating radar. I'm going to research cryosleep casket. It's a prerequisite for the ship, and you never know, I might want a casket before I want the ship. It's unlikely, of course, but there's a possibility. Like, for instance, a relative needs rescue or something, but the relative sucks. I don't want to kill the relative, but I need to stash them somewhere. Nice, nice. Alright, so we wanted the... Oh, okay, that's annoying. Quit viewing art. Valentina, you passed out because you have food poisoning. Usually your pets are pretty good about not passing out outside, but if they have food poisoning, they will pass out where you don't want them. It's pretty inevitable. And now it's sleep time. Definitely sleeping in the heat here. Valentina's having a hard time trying to keep her heat stroke down. So this heat wave is going to spoil the bejesus out of all the food that I have. Alright, so let's see. Graves. We need to dig some graves. And I'll bury the ones that are spoiled. Lumi, the hunter. Goodbye. And Shao Li, the pirate. Also buried. This is a problematic trend. I really hope this heat wave stops soon. Yeah, it's 214 degrees Fahrenheit or 101.1, just above boiling here. So 2 more marble cuts and I should be done with this flooring. Nope. Plasteel advanced helmet. Ooh. Man. Oh, that sounds good, but I can't make it there in 11 days. I really need to get transport pods and like pods that are ready to launch silver and whatnot. Alright, so that's the last that I need of the marble. So I'm going to pause or suspend marble, blocks, and work on granite. Alright, clean up a little bit and see if that helps with the sand. It probably won't. I'll be honest. It's probably wishful thinking, but the hell with it. I'll try. So even then, the shortest path that Silver likes to take is through this door. If I set up deadfall traps there, he'll go probably the correct way, which I don't think is that much further. We've got a raid and they're dropping on top of us. Alright, it is time for me to turn on all the turrets. And I'll fire from here. This is not a very hard mechanoid fight. It's already downed. And I get to finish it off the brutal and old-fashioned way. Happily, might I add. Still haven't had any luck with stall research yet. Stall? I mean haul. I don't know what I'm rambling. That's what I'm doing, is rambling. Alright, so we have one of our deadfall traps done. We're working on the other one. Good. Now I should be walking the correct path now, because the pawn won't want to pass right over a deadfall trap for no reason. So if we clean up this road a bit, we'll spend a lot less time walking on sand, which should keep some of the filth out. Should. Who knows? Still have to walk on all this dirt here, and yeah, it's not ideal. Living out of here is bad, clearly. Alright, Silver's pretty tired, but I'm not going to let him sleep just yet. I'm going to try to keep to the schedule. Alright, so let's get some shit building basics. Anything made of granite? Yeah, this whole building's made of granite. Orders, claim, deconstruct, and remove floor. Keeping them from resting just yet. So we still keep the same schedule. So just one more block carved out. Alright, so we have two more that rotted, but we still at least have two fresh bodies. So when I awake, I'll fix that situation and bury the other two, so we don't have to watch rotting corpses all the time. Decent bedroom. It's a little dirty. I think it could be even better. September, so it's springtime. I feel like the average temperature is BS. It's almost always well above the average. The average says it's supposed to be like 188. No, maybe it sits around the average. Take that back. Alright, so despite having my own separated bedroom, I still had my sleep disturbed. I'm actually going to put the sleeping spot for the warg here. Oh, that's gross. Chiefly because it keeps some less filth in the bedroom, so I don't have to tidy up the bedroom very often. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Alright, I should be cooking, but I'm not. I'm deconstructing stuff. So maybe... Bomba, how about you cook? It's a pretty foreign idea, isn't it? What's the oldest? Ooh, 1 day. Yeah, this is not a terrible way to get your stone. Not super efficient, but there's worse ways. Level up construction the whole time. End up with an arm full of granite. It's not terrible. Now, one thing I meant to do is bury. Alright, got that straightened out. Now send them to rest. Slightly impressive bedroom, because it's cleaner. That's what I like to see. Alright, so we have 74. So I'll just turn 20, 40, 60. I should be able to get all that built with the granite I have. I think that was the first point of haul. Maybe I had already gotten the first point done. Either way, I'm glad. Alright, so the next longest is 10 days. Got plenty of time. Stargazing, really? Alright, I calculated that correctly, and that's all I can build. There is some inside pieces that I'm going to need to do before I get the outside pieces. And another raid. 4 scythers. Feel like the count. Well, we are at about an hour here, so this is a good stopping point and a good cliffhanger. So if you liked it, please like the video, and I hope you tune in next time. And any comments, feedback, questions, concerns, etc., please hit me up. I'll do my best to answer. I'll catch you all later, and adios.